And we're on. Welcome to Kyoudai Ai, the mostly weekly podcast where two brothers geek out about everything Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. We made it to episode 7. How we doing?
Yeah,
How we doing? How we feeling?
yeah, feeling good, feeling good, feeling good. Yeah, yeah. Happy,
Yeah,
happy to make it through a month, of recording.
it's actually 2 months, man. We've been going every
Huh.
week. 7. I mean, we've gone over a month of actually talking about Kamen Rider and Super Sentai because the first episode wasn't really there. But
Has been over a month.
yeah, so
Oh yeah.
uh,
Woo.
we basically talk about all of the seasons we've watched so far of Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. Currently,
Yeah,
we're on Kamen Rider Kuuga and Mirai Sentai Timeranger.
yeah.
I am your host, superjollymac. My co-host and brother, in the Christian sense, DonTheVan. How
Yeah.
you doing, brother Don?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, man?
Not too bad. I am exhausted.
I bet.
I basically just got back from Japan yesterday, and
Yeah.
I think I texted you earlier this morning, and then as soon as that happened, I passed out. So I have had a busy
Yeah.
day of trying to catch up.
Yeah. Mom definitely. I was talking to her earlier. She was like, "Why didn't he let me know that he was back in town?" I was like, "I don't know. He probably just got in the house
I got
and
back,
fell asleep."
I unpacked, and I passed out. And then I woke up,
Yeah.
and I think I took care of some stuff I needed to do. I forget what I texted you, but by the time your answer came, I was already passed out again. So
Yeah.
I didn't see that
Yeah.
until like later. And then, yeah, I saw a couple texts from her. So I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I just got back. And then I passed out. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I think I
So
was asleep when you texted me like initially. So I woke up and saw it. I was like, oh snap! Did I forget something? Was I supposed to do something? But yeah, it all worked out. Glad you made it back. Oh no, your mic's gone. Hmm. It looks like it's just muted. Oh no, no, it's gone.
so now I learned that I have a mute button right here.
Oh, that's cool. It, let's
And
not
that I need to
tap the
be careful
microphone.
when I hit it.
Yeah. What? All
Yeah.
right. So no, do not tap the microphone.
Do not tap the microphone. I didn't even notice I tapped it, but it was bright red, and I'm like, oh man. But there is a huge thing that says mute right there. So
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
touch that. So yeah, grab your driver changer, cue the theme song, which you've already cued, and I guess we can go ahead and get into it. So we pretty much already talked about how we're feeling this week.
Yeah.
What about games? You been into any games right now?
Nope. Just the same old, same old. I've been streaming Silent Hill on Sundays. I think I'm making Sunday my regular streaming day for games and whatnot. So that's gonna be that. And I've been playing Rivals with my friends, but I've been spending most of my time at the gym and stuff like that.
I see, Mister. I see that work. I see you.
I'm just, I'm just living. I'm just living. I'm just living. Trying to keep up with all my friends.
Well, remind me not to get walk on you and your friends on a dark night in an alley.
No, no, no. You would want to walk with us. You'll be
Oh
safe.
yeah, I mean, let me not mess with you guys on a dark night. Yeah, I want to walk with you. You guys can walk. Yeah, let me walk with you, please.
Yeah. Please, please, please. Come on.
Which Silent Hill are you playing? Two,
Two.
the
Yeah.
remake. Yeah, I need to play
Yeah,
that
the
eventually.
remake. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. It's really nice. I was surprised at how much I would enjoy it. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing F when it comes out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna try to do that too. I don't know if I'll get to 2 before F or after
Mm-hmm.
it, but I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So with me, the last week, I would normally say Final Fantasy, but I could not log in. For some reason, my laptop won't let me log into Final Fantasy 14.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been off of that for the week. So for the trip, I've been playing my Steam Deck.
Ooh,
And what is it? Don't Look Outside. Have you heard of it?
don't look outside. No.
Yeah, it's a really
Sounds like
interesting
an
looking
indie game.
RPG.
Yeah.
It's an RPG, kind of a horror RPG.
Yeah.
Um,
It sounds familiar. I feel like
and I'm
I've seen it
so
before.
dying in it, but let's see if you can see that.
You're you're having a rough time.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah. Oh
having a
no, I
rough time.
haven't seen that. No, I haven't
Uh,
seen that.
yeah, it kind of looks a little bit old schooly. It's extremely
Mm-hmm.
hard. I am dying a lot in that game, but
Yeah.
it's got a lot of horror things in it. It's pretty cool. A lot longer than I thought. I thought it was going to be one of those short, kind of quick games,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know it was an RPG. I picked it up on a whim. It's pretty cool so far, though. Hopefully, I'll keep up with it.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with the RPGs. They could go on for years.
Yeah. So I've been playing that, and then Persona 5 X, trying to play that.
Nice.
But so far, I've only loaded it onto my phone. I haven't really gotten too far in it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Have you? Oh, speaking of games, I checked out the what is it? Uh, I forget what it's called, but the Resident Evil 9 trailer.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Check
Is it
that.
good?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
After
I'm
this, I'm gonna
excited.
have to watch it.
You
Honestly,
got to.
I haven't played 8 yet.
Me neither. Me neither.
No? Okay.
No. I was thinking about playing it after Silent Hill 2, but I might wait till it's closer to Silent Hill. I mean Resident Evil 9. I don't know. My friends want me to play it though. They want to watch me play it, so
8?
I might, yeah.
7 was a lot of fun, and I want
7
to
was
get
so
to 8,
much fun.
but we'll see.
I don't know. My friend, he's playing 8 right now. He said he enjoyed 7 a little bit more, but eight's pretty good. I think eight's probably better in like a different standpoint than 7. I think 7 probably had a better immersion, maybe. I
Yeah.
think from his account. So
Okay.
what? Don't
Uh,
know that.
yeah, we'll see. I think I might even have 8. I just haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I think I've seen it around on the
Yeah.
on your shelves collecting dust.
No dust down here. No dust at all.
No dust at all.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. I take it back. There could be some, but
A little
yeah,
bit.
we'll see. Uh,
Yeah. Have you listened to any music?
yeah, on the trip, uh, I had to download a lot, so it's when you're overseas. I don't know if you've taken
Mhm.
any. Like, I have a streaming thing now, so you have to make sure you auto download some stuff because I'm not sure how the what is it the licensing works. Like if they have issues with certain tracks being played out of the country or
Mhm.
not. This trip I didn't
Yeah.
have any issues. I think on a previous trip I have had problems with it, but
Hmm.
this one I've still been on Hero by Vondi. That's probably a big one I've been listening to. Uh, that's a Japanese track. Glorious Sky,
Hmm.
Glamorous Sky, Glorious Sky. I forget. It's by Mika Nakashima. Let's see, Glorious Sky. It's a song that was from a drama in Japan, like a long time ago. Glamorous
Hmm.
Sky. Maybe it's Glamorous Sky. I think it's Glamorous Sky. It's from this drama called Nana.
Glamorous guy.
And
Mhm.
yeah, it's Glamorous Sky. It's, how do I want to do it? It's a J Rock song. So if you've heard a lot of J Rock, it's
Mm.
Pretty much along those lines. I think Lark NCL, the front man for that group, is the guy that did this track. And it
Mhm.
sounds like their vibe, but it's the main track for this drama that was in Japan probably like, I want to say 20, 25 years ago. I forget when it came out, but it's a pretty good vibe. I like it.
Okay.
What's the Overtime by Haruno? I guess I was in Japan, so I was listening to a lot of J J pop and J rock and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
Overtime was also a big one that I was playing, and some other things. But on the way back, I heard what is it? Offset and JID, Bodies. Have you heard it?
I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard it on the way to the beach on Saturday.
Yeah.
On Saturday, yeah,
It's not my usual vibe of a song, but for some
yeah.
reason it just hits. I like it. I like it. I like it.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, for whatever reason, it's just the sampling, like the cut that they use,
Yeah.
and then just how they flow on it is, yeah, no, chef's kiss.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's probably the big ones I've been listening to for the week. What about you?
Yeah. Um, I listened to the singles from uh, ooh, not me blanking clips. I listened to the clip singles because they have yep. Mhm.
Like all of them?
No, they only have two new ones.
Oh, they have two new ones. All right, that's got to
Mm-hmm.
go on my list.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my pen?
Yeah. They got two new singles, because I think they're gearing up for an album right now.
Okay, all of them.
Uh, hmm?
All of them?
No, two.
No.
Oh, you mean all of the clips? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just two. I'm
Well, yeah.
so confused. Clips. Yeah. So they got their album comes out July 11th. Oh wow, that's like right around the corner. But their singles are Ace Trumpets and Ace Trumpets. I thought they had another single, but
Hmm.
So Be It. So Be It's like another single. I don't know if that's gonna be on the album though, but it's on YouTube. You can check out that on YouTube. I don't see it on there. Yeah, I don't see it on the thing.
Cool. I will make sure I check that out.
Yeah. But yeah, So Be It and Ace Trumpets from Clips. I've been getting ready for a pool party on Saturday. I'm supposed to DJ it, so that's why I've listened to more music recently. I listened to, oh, what's her name? Carla Carol J. Carol G. I mean, I listened to Carol G. And I've been listening to a lot of Tory Lanez. Um, but I listened to Carol G's Tropic. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna butcher this name. Tropico Queta. Tropico Queta and Mañana Será Bonito. Yep. I listened to those albums and everything like that. And then I listened to all the Tory Lanez albums because I like Tory Lanez and
All of
a
his
little
albums?
bit
How
of
many
Bon
albums
Iver.
does he have?
Tory? Um, uh, what, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12? He has 12 albums.
Okay, that's more than I thought. I thought it was like half that.
Mm-mm. And that's all the ones he has on Apple Music. He has like some mixtapes too that are like on SoundCloud. He has Chicks Tape 4, which is really good. And some other ones, but yeah, he he be putting out a lot of music. He has a lot of singles too, like a lot of singles, so many singles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been listening to them a lot. But yeah, that's about it for my music. I've been really just getting ready for this pool party. So I've been trying to find like edits of songs that are like Bali funk and um like Jersey uh oh shoot. What is it? Jersey bounce? Jersey?
You already lost me, man.
Yeah.
Bali Funk?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a
it's
new
like
genre.
Brazilian.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Brazilian. Yeah. It's
Brazilian?
nice. Yeah. Even that. Wait, you've never heard of ballet funk? Funk?
Ballet funk? No. As a genre?
Yeah.
No. I
It's
thought
pretty
you were
good
talking like
already.
Bali Bali. Like Bali.
Mm-mm.
The Bali.
Mm-mm.
Like the country.
No, you got to check it out. I would attempt to imitate the rhythm, but it's
I'll
kind of like, I don't want to say it's kind of like reggaeton, but it's like the way, like where they have their beats is a little bit different. It's a little off, but on in the right way, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it.
Great. Syncopation it's all about syncopation, and
Ooh,
it's nice.
syncopations. Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We we we're refined out here and cultured. But yeah, that's it. That's all the music I got.
I guess we can go ahead to the well, no, let's what have you watched anything other than the shows?
Um, ooh, I think I started watching Black Mirror, like the
I need to
newest
get to
season.
that.
Because I hadn't seen it yet. I watched a couple of episodes of that, and I started One Piece.
Like the anime?
I started, yeah, yeah. I figured I gotta start. I got to. I'm never gonna get to 1,000 if I don't start.
Well, yeah. How
Yeah.
far in you at?
I think I'm at episode 10, 10 or
Okay,
12.
okay,
Uh,
okay.
yeah. I'm at the part where oh shoot. Also, I might be watching filler episodes. I don't know,
There
but
if you're at 10, you can't have filler. At
oh,
episode 10? No. There's no way
whoops,
you're at filler.
whoops. Well, Luffy fought like a dog, or he fought with a dog, and then there was a giant like wolf man, like a man riding a wolf who worked for the clown
Okay. So
dude.
you're with the clown posse.
Yeah,
So you haven't gotten
yeah.
to Usopp yet.
No, no,
All
no,
right.
no. I do know who that is, but no, I haven't got to that. No.
Well, you're in
Yeah, I
for
know.
we need to have a check-in for you every week from this point forward on how you're doing with One Piece.
Okay.
I would say let's make it the thing. I have a couple ideas for like if we're gonna add shows in. I'm gonna have to reduce the amount of time we're talking about the Toku shows.
Yeah,
So figure out a quicker way to do the kind of the summary of the episodes. But
yeah.
I have an idea for a show from the new season that we can watch, and then maybe one from the old season. I got to pull up my notes, but
Okay.
something that's just
Okay.
like a quick 12 or 13 episode show. Knock
Okay.
them out.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
That'd be
but
cool.
that's cool. I'm happy for you to start.
Yeah,
One Piece is
I'm excited.
it's number one in my heart for a reason,
Okay, I'm excited. I'm
and
excited.
I think it's number one in my heart. If I had to pick a number one, I
Yeah,
think I would pick One Piece.
yeah.
Is it because there's 1,000 episodes and they're never going to end at any point in the future? I don't know, but no, it's because of the quality. It's good. I think it's a good show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Also, I can't have this in my room and not have watched it. So yeah.
yeah. So let's see. For me, I
What about
watched and I finished up another season of D20, which is D&D.
you?
Okay, you know of D20? It's a D&D kind of podcast or D&D
Mm-hmm.
show.
It's like Dungeons and Daddies.
Sure, I need to also get on that one. You keep telling me about that. So
I like that one.
maybe after. Well, I just finished the season. I think it's Unhappily Ever After or something like that. It's
Oh,
their dark take on well, fairy tales are pretty dark if you look at the original ones. But I guess it's
like the
more their horror season,
like the
and
Grimm
it's kind
tales
of
or Brothers Grimm's,
what's that?
like the Brothers Grimm or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So I think they take them from a lot of different things. They did. I think it was a pretty good season.
Mm.
So next, I'm trying to figure out where to go next. They released a new season, so I want to try to figure out if I want to if I want to watch that one as they go,
Mm,
because usually I just like to binge a season and just go from one to one to one. So
as you
we'll
should.
see. Or maybe I'll
Okay.
give Dungeons and Daddies a try. We'll see. We'll see. Other than that, on the plane flight going to Japan, I watched a horror movie. Really having a horror thing right now.
I see.
The Companion. Have you seen it?
I think so. Is that the one? Wait, hold on. Describe it a little bit.
Companion. A
I've seen
couple
it.
goes. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but it was pretty good.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And like they go to like a in the woods or something, like
Hmm.
the a cabin in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what
I
I was
enjoyed it.
expecting,
Yeah.
but not that. But it was a good time. I liked it. Yeah.
It reminded me of, have you seen Ready or Not?
I have not seen Ready or Not. Is it good?
Oh, yeah.
So there's
I enjoy, that's like up there for me. Like
okay.
maybe it's not the best movie in the world, but that's up there for me.
Okay. But you also said Fear Street was a good movie. So
Okay. But I didn't say that it's up there for me. You know, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was decent. I thought the okay, in my defense, I said the three movies are really good. I think the three movies in total are good. Like it's a cool concept to do the three movies like that. Now, individually, they have their issues. They have their issues, and there's moments where I'm just like, but in whole, I'm like, yes, I see what you were doing. Yeah,
we'll see. I still need to get to the second Fear Street movie.
yeah.
But I will also not let you forget that you're the one that convinced me to go see what's that one movie?
The Purge.
Yeah.
I mean, The Purge is a stupid movie. It's meant to be stupid.
Sure. We'll go with that one.
It's not. I wouldn't call The Purge cinema. You know.
Okay. But Ready or
Yeah.
Not, better than both of those movies.
Yes, in my opinion, absolutely.
Okay.
I was.
Well,
Did you like? Have you seen A Cabin in the Woods?
yes,
Did you like it?
of course.
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I have a general idea of what goes on in the movie, but I think it's not like I only watch cinema. I watch all
Yeah.
kinds of movies. And horror movies, you can't be too picky if you like
Yeah.
horror. Some of them are just going to be kind of stupid. I've watched some
Yeah.
stupid movies, but
That's for sure. Yeah.
my favorites are also like the ones that you can do really good horror too without getting all bloody and stuff. But
Mm-hmm. I've heard of Oh shoot, is it like Vietnamese horror or something like that? It's another type of like Asian horror. It's not Japanese and it's not Korean, but it's a different type. I'm gonna look it up and next time I'll mention it
yeah, all of
again.
the countries kind of have their own thing going on. And
Yeah.
they have some really good ones. I think I like a lot of theirs a little bit more because it's usually not as bloody. But
Yeah.
like the one I like to bring up is probably Ju-on, The Grudge. That was
Yeah.
probably one of my more favorite of the J horror movies. But
Yeah.
I think in the remake and the original are about the same length.
Mm.
But the Japanese version to me is a lot more scarier. Like it's a lot
Mhm.
better.
Like
And I
like
just think,
psychological and
yeah,
intense.
yeah. So I think they do a good job. But I've never been a ring boy, so I don't know. Ringu.
I've seen Ring. I haven't seen the Japanese Ring though, but I'm a little scared to watch Grudge. I don't know.
Yeah, Grudge is fun. We could do a summer horror movie thing, maybe. We'll see.
I'll watch it there. I'll watch it. I'll watch it with
We'll see.
you. Yeah, yeah.
So, anything else, or should we go ahead and get to the Toku?
We can get to the Tokyo.
So, we want to start with Kuuga or keep it Sentai like we usually do?
We can start with Kuuga. I started with watching Kuuga this week, so
So then maybe you want to do it last, since that's the freshest. We'll keep it with our normal pattern and
Yeah.
start with Mirai Sentai Timeranger.
Okay, that's cool.
So starting with case file 21, Shion's style, Shion no Ryugi. The
Mm-hmm.
style being like a kind of a martial arts style, not like fashion style. So we start off with Shion dropping off a new repair to a customer when he comes across a new popular drink. He takes it back. Shion and Tatsuya love it, while the other three immediately peg something's wrong with the drink. They go to investigate, and then what's it? The Dawn is like in a human disguise, and he immediately like figures out they're in the bushes, and then starts shooting out there.
Mm-hmm.
And his bodyguard hybrid comes out and just like wrecks the Rangers. He knocks them all out of their transformations, and then he sprays them down with the drink. They end up escaping, but everyone but Shion is drunk, like out of it, completely drunk. I think before then we don't realize, or we, they say it's not alcoholic and not like an energy drink or something like that.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
for,
I think it was saying it was just like a regular drink or something.
yeah, but they get drunk when he sprays them with the. I think it's because it's the unfiltered version of it.
Mm.
The Don then forces the production of the drink to continue. He forces the company to keep producing it, even though now they know that they're working for the Lunders family and they are trying to get out. While the rest of the Rangers are out, Shion tries to work on a way to kind of counteract it and kind of destroy the Lunders family's plans. Tak kind of keeps telling him that he should try to just wait, even though the Lunders are kind of messing up the city. But Shion goes to, let's see, he goes back and tries to attack Hybrid with something, which doesn't work at all. And then he
Mm.
runs away. And then he
Mm.
ends up getting Tak to try to be on his side about trying to do the trying to fight him and trying to stop the plan. And then he goes back to try to figure out a way to destroy the power. What, Spitty? Is that what they call it? Spitty? Spritty?
You talking about the thing that holds the drink in it?
Yeah, the drink itself.
I I don't remember exactly what it was called,
Yeah,
but I
but
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
so anyway, he goes in with this little toy that goes in, and then Hybrid immediately like clocks it, and then he goes out, finds Shion, and he's about to attack him when Shion just destroys the whole batch of it. The Don gets
Yeah.
pissed off, and then Hybrid's like, "We are gonna take this outside." And Shion's like, "Okay, okay, I did what I was supposed to do anyway." So they go outside. Shion gets the upper hand, and he gets him to the point where he's about to freeze him, but he can't get the rest of the Rangers to get the bazooka together in time. So
Yeah.
they rip off the tag. He gets giant, and then they start fighting. Shadow is faster than Hydrid, and then they use the Delta Formation Alpha. So I remember last time we were talking about, well, it's weird that they did that naming convention because that means they're probably going to use Alpha and Beta. Isn't there a Gamma too? So they're probably going to use
Yeah.
all of those with Shadow, and all of those are going to have that long name. And that's exactly what they
Mm-hmm.
did.
Mm.
So after that, Shion gives everyone a new move, the XL stop, and then while they clean up the rest of the headquarters, and then he shows out this new photo of all of the Rangers while they're drunk. So it's like he has this little blackmail photo that he keeps in his pocket now.
As he should.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the end of that episode.
Yeah.
So
I don't I don't have any standout thoughts about it. I thought it was at first. Okay, maybe I do. Okay, at first I thought that the drink was like 40s, the 40s of malt liquor. At first I thought that was
no,
like
but it
the
was like a huge bottle that they had, and they're just like taking it to the head, like, oh man,
yeah,
that's really good. So
yeah.
but it wasn't as big as a 40.
Hey man, I was that's the first thought that popped in my head. I said, huh, is this their take on 40s?
I mean, I guess it could
But
be, but yeah, it was definitely a huge bottle.
yeah, that's something they should not have been drinking like that.
Yeah, but
But yeah. The only other thing was I thought it was funny because you said that the monster of the week clock when Shion came in with the toy and like when he heard like the sound like he had three eyes like his eyes went each a different direction. I was like, what? That's it. So what's going on? But yeah, I thought that was funny.
but I mean, in theory, that kind of works because it's like, yo, I can cover like so much more space with all of my eyes going in different directions and make sure all of my bases are hand. Like, I guess it makes
Yeah,
some sense from his design standpoint.
yeah,
He seemed like way over P though. He took them all out
yeah,
way easy, even before they got drunk.
yeah,
That was pretty cool. So another
yeah,
one where like they barely won, and then Shion ends up like basically powering up their chrono changers
yeah.
to give them a new move, which was pretty cool to see. I think it was a pretty good episode, kind of funny, especially when they're all back at the headquarters and they're all drunk doing just being silly. I think it was a pretty
Yeah,
fun one. Yeah.
falling all over the place. I think it'd be cool if like the OP monsters kind of come back in some type of way and like they gotta fight them again. I don't know if that'll happen, but that'd be a cool thing if it does.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So we can go ahead to case file number 22. Momoiro no Yuwaku, which is Pink Temptation.
Mm-hmm.
So the last episode was kind of green centric. This one's more pink centric,
Mm-hmm.
and equally as crazy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So we start out the episode, and there's this man at the Tamara Research, their office, trying to get them to find this lady that he was romantically involved with, that he had given all of his money to. And the Rangers are like, oh man, this guy just got like scammed.
Yeah.
So Yuri goes back and starts helping the man with chores around the house while the boys start to go on dates to try to find this lady that scammed the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Kyoko Hirosue. And then one by one, they get caught up in with her, and then they lose all of their money. So first it's Tatsuya, then I think
Mm-hmm.
it's your boy, what's his name,
Roman.
Doman, yeah, and then
Yeah,
the
that's
only
cool.
one that kind of almost gets away with it is Ayase, and even in the end, he doesn't get away with it either. So they all get clocked. I think Ayase at least doesn't lose his money. So then we find out that Leela has released the prisoner, who is a marriage con artist, Barbara. So I think Yuri finds her in her human form after she gets Ayase, or she
Mm-hmm.
goes on a date with Ayase and he can't like get anything from her. She finds him, clocks her, and then she just has the most catty way of getting under Yuri's skin, and she gets pissed off. And then we
Yeah.
have a long montage of Yuri just like getting glammed to the max. Like she's just getting glammed up, getting everything worked on, working out, getting her fit right, everything.
If you want to call it working out, sure.
And even then, before then, there was like this huge comedy thing where she makes some remarks to Yuri, gets her pissed
Mm.
off, and then like Yuri trips, like a bird poops on her, like all this
Like
random.
giant letters above her head, squisher.
Yeah, like it's just like okay, this is a new tone, but I'm with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, Yuri goes on her montage and gets glammed up, and then Leela shows the Barbara that the Rangers are the ones she had conned. And then
Mm-hmm.
she comes up with an idea to get all three of them, Tatsuya, Doman, and Ayase, to fight each other to the death. and they start just going to town on each other. And then Yuri sachets in,
Mm-hmm.
and then she like charms out all of the snakes. I think the monster uses snakes to infect the guys to have them fight. And then she completely
Yeah.
charms. This is another one that just like switches the tone to the max. It like goes up to 11 on like the
Yeah.
ridiculousness. So she just like completely showboats. This is Yuri. Completely showboats. Shows off all of her new glamour, and then
Mm-hmm.
the monster switches to her monster form, and then the boys see
Mm-hmm.
that and they're like, "Nah, we don't like that." So
Yeah.
they get back to
We're good.
normal. So I think Yuri pulls out the new move that
Mm-hmm.
they put on their changers. They use the bazooka, but right before it hits, the monster gets big. They use the Delta formation, Alpha, uh, and then after that, they freeze the monster. Yuri goes back to the original customer and tries to convince him that the lady he was trying to have them find actually just left to go back to her hometown to help out with her mother that was sick, and that she hadn't scammed them or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch what happens right after that though?
No.
So as she's walking away, this is as she's walking away, she trips because I guess the glamorous Yuri is done, but she trips.
Yeah.
But right before that, he says something like, "Oh, thank you, Yuri." Like he completely knows that she's the one that's dressed up like the lady, trying to, or at least that's how I pegged it. Like he knew that it was Yuri trying to act like the girl in order to make
Yeah.
him feel better.
Yeah.
And then as she's walking away, she just trips down and falls flat because she's in costume. But that
Yeah.
was the end of that
Midnight
episode.
Struck.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah.
This episode was whimsical. To put it a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But I mean,
think I
I'm
like
here
it.
for it. Like this
Yeah.
episode and the one before it were like, okay, we're having some fun right now. And like
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. It's Sentai. It's supposed to be a little bit fun sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like they've been jumping around with like the tones like really frequently.
Yeah.
Like every 2 to 3 episodes, it's literally a tonal shift.
Yeah.
It's something new, and I like it. I like it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I think,
It's
yeah, I think it was funny. In her little montage for the glam, you know how like in like the what was it, like the 50s or like the 40s or whatever, maybe the
I
20s
don't
or
think it
whatever.
was
I don't
quite
know.
that old. I think you're looking for like 70s or 80s, but yeah, keep going, bro.
Oh, like the workout with like the bands, like the
Yeah.
Pilates or whatever. I was like, that's not working out. This is not it.
It used to
I'm
be
like,
back in the
Mary, what are
day.
you doing? You're a ranger. Act like it.
Yeah.
uh, yeah. Then I was this episode was just ridiculous. So
Yeah. This episode was fun, but so we can go ahead and get next to it. I mean, I didn't hate it. I thought it was pretty good.
yeah.
Let's see. The next one is case file number 23, Beat Up.
Mm.
So Energy Thief Yugo is released, and Tatsuya signs up the Rangers to plan out a Matsuri, like a local Matsuri for a company's or a festival. So a Matsuri is a festival. So they've taken a job to kind of plan a festival for a company's workers that's going to happen on Sunday, I think.
Mm.
He cancels all of their other jobs to make sure they all have time to work on it, and he's kind of making sure everything's organized and telling everybody what to do and where to go, and he's pretty like excited about it.
Mhm.
The power goes off at the setup while they're setting up everything, and he runs off by himself. He's like, everybody else keep working so we can get this done, but I'm just going to run and take care of it, which he does. He doesn't end up listening, and he attacks Yugo and then knocks him into the event, and they start destroying things. And then the others kind of peg that Yugo is like a special type of alien. So when Tatsuya goes to like land a larger hit, he like has this reaction where he like completely shreds everything. So it knocks out Tatsuya. I think it destroys his Chrono Changer, and then it really destroys all of the prep work they were doing for the festival.
Mm-hmm.
So and it takes him out of commission because he's in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So then the Rangers, while Tatsuya's in the hospital, the Rangers basically split up because they want to try to take care of the festival and make sure that Yugo doesn't get more energy and has a larger explosion. But while they're doing that, the Londers go on a crime spree and just start robbing everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we have another cut back to, is it Gian, who's like he has his like crazy eyes pop out and
Mm-hmm.
he's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, but there's like something special, like this isn't even the real plan, the real plan is coming. And then we
Yeah.
find out that what happens is when the alien absorbs enough energy and he releases it and he'll like completely decimate the city.
Yeah.
So after that, Yugo heads towards a power plant. In the meantime, Tatsuya kind of wakes up, he overhears what everybody's planning, and he feels bad about what he was doing, so he takes a motorbike with a generator and then he tries to lure Yugo away from the power plant. Gian
Mm-hmm.
shows up, tries to get Yugo back on the path because he wants the city to be destroyed, and then Shion comes back, throws Tatsuya his changer that he fixed, and then he gives them the new weapon that he worked on, the assault vector. So they
Mm-hmm.
start fighting him, and then Tatsuya uses the new weapon, and there's a special move that he can do with it called the beat up. So that's where the title comes from. He uses that beat up move to knock the energy out of Yugo, and then they can kind of freeze Yugo without destroying the city. So they do that. Then they finish setting up the festival. They learned that I guess the president of the company used to work for Tatsuya's dad, but
Mm-hmm.
Tatsuya's dad didn't have anything to do with why they got the job.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there's any more big revelations after that. They're pretty much happy. They take a picture. They find out Tatsuya spent way too much money for the prep work, so they're probably in the red again, but pretty good episode.
Yeah. Mm, any thoughts on it? Yeah, any thoughts on
Uh,
it?
my thoughts were it was pretty cool to see that you got to see Tatsuya really trying to get out from under his dad's shadow, and he completely
Mm-hmm.
got depressed as soon as he thought like his dad had something to do with why he got the job, or that had anything to do with how they got the job and why
Mm-hmm.
the president was being so nice to them.
Yeah.
And then you kind of see how everybody came together to try to help out everybody else. So it's nice to
Yeah.
see them all acting as a big team. And then it's always nice for them to get a nice little power up. So I'm sure, yeah, with Shion's little changes to their Chrono Changer and then this new weapon that gives them a nice
Mm-hmm.
little power climb that they kind of need. So
Yeah, compared to the monsters that have been coming out, yeah, they definitely need it.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm sure the monsters won't stay that level for long, but it's nice. I think it was a nice standard episode, kind of hooked back into the long term story I think they're trying to paint with everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice that they haven't forgotten that.
Yeah. I think they have a couple, what's the word? Not subplot. Well, maybe it is subplots. Subplots that they're keeping, that at this point they're keeping going, kept going, continuing.
That are
That they're
ongoing.
continuing,
Yeah.
ongoing, yeah. That are ongoing. And I do like the fact that it's not as connected as Kamen Rider or, as fluid, but I do like that they have some type of subplots going on that allow you to keep track and follow and give you something to look forward to as far as like resolution, like at the end of the season or whatever. Um, I thought I thought it was cool that the guy who did end up booking uh book what are they called again? Tomorrow what?
Tomorrow
Tomorrow
Research.
today?
No,
Tomorrow
Tomorrow
research?
Research. I think their phrase was probably like tomorrow. I forget what their little catchphrase was, but yeah, it's Tomorrow Research.
Okay. So the guy who booked Tomorrow Research for the party, I like that he was like, "Hey man, it's not about how you meet somebody, but it's about how you gain somebody's trust and how you get them to like you." And I was like, "Oh." And then like they showed like a little montage of the other Rangers saying good things about Tatsuya, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." But yeah, it just goes to show he's you know what I'm saying, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
It's not about your influence much, you know. It's all about how you treat people, which is a
Yeah.
good lesson.
So speaking about those through stories, we get to episode 24, the last of the week, and they connect to another kind of chain or story thread that's been going on for a while, with Yellow, sometimes Blue,
Mm-hmm.
Kiro, Tokidoki Yao, case
Mm-hmm.
file number 24. So this time we start with Hanami, and she's still Hanami. Yeah, she's still writing Time Yellow. So she's writing the emails back through Shion's email address, and every time one shows up, Doman responds. While they're doing that, Assaulter Borg is released. The Rangers are working close to a place where Hanami is also working, and when they see her, I think she's taking pictures for like a news release because the previous company from before, oh, I guess they're cleaning up from the festival,
Yeah.
and the
Uh,
company is about to starts saying that they have this plan that they're about to enact, but he can't tell any of the reporters because then that would mess them up.
mm-hmm.
But Hanami is there taking pictures, and she sees the Rangers, and then the Rangers see her. The Rangers are like, we need to stay away from her because that's dangerous. And then she's like, oh, I know who they are. I need to play it cool. But while
Yeah.
she's playing it cool, the Rangers are like, oh, we're about to dip. So she turns around to try to like play it really cool and just be like, hey, guys, how are you doing? But when she turns around, they're all like gone.
Out of here.
Yeah. So as soon as they like leave her sight, they all split up, and then try to escape without her seeing any of them. But as soon as Ayase is like driving away, Hanami is on her bike driving right in front of him, and he slams on the brakes, and she jumps off of her bike and twists her ankle. So
Yeah.
Ayase ends up having to give her a lift back to wherever her house is.
Mm.
While they're doing that, Ayase doesn't know that she knows, or she thinks he's Time Yellow, but she figures out that they don't know that she knows who they are.
Mm.
Or they're not sure that she knows who they are, so they're trying to make sure she doesn't get any more hints, even though she
Yeah.
knows who they are. So she tries to act like she doesn't know, so
Yeah.
that she can, I don't know, so she doesn't like stress them out or something.
Yeah. I would just her logic doesn't make sense.
I don't know. And no one's logic pretty much makes sense.
You're
It's an
right.
odd way to do it, but I mean, it's totally how that relationship kind of works, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it builds tension.
Yeah. So, but while he's trying to drive her back, they get caught up in a Launders attack, and then the rest of the Rangers come and help. But Ayase can't transform because he doesn't know that Hanami knows that he's one of the Rangers,
Hmm.
and she thinks he's Time Yellow, not Blue.
Hmm. Right.
So they end up getting saved by Doman at the last second, and it's the monster comes in. He does something that splits up Ayase and Hanami. And then Doman comes in at the last second to save Ayase, who can't transform because he lost his time changer or his chrono
Yeah.
changer. But then Doman pops out, transformed as yellow as soon as Ayase disappears, which makes Hanami think, oh yeah, he's definitely time yellow. Like there was an easy way for them to. Well, I guess that's not the point. So like, if she could just see them both at the same time, she'd be like, oh, that's not the same
Oh.
dude. But
Yeah.
that's not how that works. So she still thinks he's time yellow. Doma gets knocked into this building, and then the monster like collapses it on him. And then she sees
Mm-hmm.
Ayase over there untransformed. She's like, oh, time yellow must have escaped. So she's like, time yellow. And then the monster's like, no, but time yellow is under this thing. I'm hitting him. And when he turns around, yeah. So Ayase gets his chrono changer. Then he transforms. He does. We get this rock song that plays. I don't think we've ever heard this song that plays, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's like this random rock song that starts because Doma gets pissed off when he's fighting the
Yeah.
monster. And then they have a virtual boomerang that happens.
We've gotten the song once before.
Have we?
Yeah, we've gotten it before.
Okay.
It's like just really few and far between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, what happens is Doman and Ayase finds his changer, transforms, and then they're both attacking the dude who goes big, and then they use the Shadow Alpha, I think, and then they have a new weapon, the virtual boomerang, that they use to destroy him and freeze him back.
Mm-hmm.
So once all of the fighting is done, the Dawn in Disguise goes back to the original company to sell them land. I don't think they know that he's Launder's family, but he had bought the land once he destroyed. So his whole thing was showing Jian that there was a way to use destruction to make money. So his plan was he would buy the land once it's destroyed, which he did, and then he sold it to the company to make a profit because they needed the land for whatever their plan was. Or their project. Whatever project they're working on, they needed the land. And then at the end, we have Doman who stops writing to Hanami. And that's pretty much the end of the episode.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty big for Dome and Hanami and, well, just those two. I don't know about Ayase. He's pretty, he's just there.
Yeah, I don't know. He's getting dragged into that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, but it's pretty big for Doman. Like, yeah, like hey, don't do my man Doman like that. This was a good character development moment for him.
I was
And-
going to say this week, Doman has not been that bad.
We'll take it. We'll take it. A win's a win. A win's a win.
He has not been that bad this week.
We'll allow it. We'll allow that. Yes. We'll allow that. Good job, Doman. But yeah, no, my guy was feeling it in this last episode. You know, he was like, "Yo, I'm from the future. She's from the present. This just can't work, man. I can't, you know, get involved." And then, you know, Shin, he came outside. He was like, "Doman." He was like, "Doman, stop. Pull yourself together, bro. You gotta like talk to her." And he was like, "I can't, bro." He was like, "But what about am I saying his name right? Tatsuya?"
Tatsuya?
Yeah, Tatsuya. He's like, "But what about Tatsuya? Tatsuya's from the past too. He's from the present present's past. He's from the present's past. He's here too." He's like, "Yeah, man. It's not the same. This is a lady." So, and then he walks off all so like sullen and down. And he's like, "I'll pass out flyers," but he doesn't have flyers. He has not a one. just listening lazily down the street. Yeah, you gotta give him some credit, man.
So all in all, not the worst episode either. Some nice action. We got a new weapon, I guess. The virtual boomerang. I
Yeah,
don't think we've seen that one before.
yeah. I feel like we got a new weapon every episode this week or this stretch.
Yeah, I guess so because he got the upgraded chrono changers,
Mm-hmm.
and then well, I don't think in the pink episode we got a new weapon. I think she just used the new weapons
Okay.
or the new changer
Okay.
to do the new
Yeah.
move.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So three. Yeah, three upgrades this time. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So all in all,
Okay.
not a bad week for Sentai. Like I said,
Mhm.
Doman wasn't that bad. Uh, we'll give him, we'll give it to him for this week. Not too bad. Good job. Keep it up, Doman.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll make a name for you yet, man. We're gonna
So
we're gonna get you some fans.
they had a little bit of continuation with the long story threads, which I like to see. And then they had a
Mm-hmm.
couple silly ones that you could kind of peg as filler, but I don't know. They didn't really seem that bad to me. I had a good time with the silly episodes too. So
Mm-hmm.
a good week for me.
Mm-hmm. Same. Very enjoyable this one. There wasn't really any dull moments. I just could say. So yes, we are in agreement.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and move on to Kuuga, Kamen Rider Kuuga. Episode 21, Secrets. We start out with ULF be number 3 being sighted going between Tokyo and Nagano. So he's taking huge trips going between the two places, and the police are trying to figure out why he's doing it. Then we cut to Jean asking Yusuke to meet up, and it looks like they're going to the police laboratory where they're keeping the relic.
Mm-hmm.
I forget its name, but I have it written down. The relic's name is Gorum. So they're looking at the Gorum, and they notice that there's new characters on them. So they take pictures for later translations. We see a new face as the reason. Well, I don't know if it's a new face. I think it's the lady with the rose tattoo, but she's in a white dress. Like she looks different for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I missed something because I saw that said did something happen to make her change like uniform or
Well, I remember one of the previous episodes, she went into this big building
Mhm.
because when she was gone, the rest of the
Mhm.
Mays were talking and then like beating up on number 3 while she was gone. And I think they said that she was going to talk to like the goes, like
Mhm.
it seems like who are the
Next
highest level, yeah, the highest rank of the guys. But I think that's something must have happened. But she's gotten her new glamour going on.
Yeah.
It confused me for a little while because I wasn't sure if she was the same one or not, but I think she was the same lady with the rose.
Mhm.
So anyway, while they're doing that, she's the one that's been sending number 3 back and forth to do something. We don't know what it is yet. In the meantime, someone dies, and then while they're killed, there's this broadcast of where they're going to kill next.
Mhm.
So whoever's around that survives has that information. And then I think it's Gegeru. Oh, it's this new thing, Geriza Gaibus Gegeru. And they just say that it's going to happen soon because we overhear, I think, 2 of them talking about something that's going to happen soon, and that's all we know. So we'll get to that soon. These names are pretty hard.
Yeah, I gave up on the first episode.
Yeah.
I gave up. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to keep track of the names," and nope. I hear you say the names and I'm just like whatever you
Yeah.
said.
It sounds it's bad, but the ULF number series that the police use is a lot easier to try to
A
kind of keep
lot
track
easier.
of these guys than using their actual names. The
Yeah.
Grongi just it's hard.
Yeah, these names are crazy. They couldn't like use names like Kyle or Kevin, like
I don't know, man. That might be like borderline what is it? Xenophobic? I don't know. You're acting like a lint or whatever they call the humans.
Lento.
Lint. Yeah, linto.
I know that one. Why could it be like that?
But anyway, the new Grongi, or he's new, but we've seen him around for a while, but he's now up at bat. The police fire at he attacks another person with the police around because he told everybody where his next attack was going to happen. So when he does it, the police start firing at him. He speaks in like clear Japanese to the police, which freaks them out. And then their bullets don't work at all. So
Never.
yeah, and then he gives them a timeline of like 10 o'clock the next day that he's going to come back and do something else, which is a long lead time for them. Then we have number three come, or we have Yusuke driving, and then ULF number three shows his face again, and he just starts attacking Kuuga like he's feeling himself.
Yeah. He's like,
So
is
they
that Kuuga?
Yeah. So he just starts trying to attack him. They Yusuke gets off, transforms, and then they start fighting in a factory. And then Kuga is getting the better hand, and then this guy on a motorcycle just pops in. That's one of the guys that was talking before about the new game that's going to happen. And then we see a little trinket being given to the guy that made their new little game board, but it looks like a kind of like a guitar pick that he's been given. So a new guy comes in with a motorcycle, interrupts Kuga and number three's fight. He has his helmet on. All we see is he has this scarf waving in the wind, which probably doesn't mean anything to you, but that is kind of like a rider thing.
Okay.
So like the old school riders would be in like their bodysuit, and then they would have like a little driving scarf going off. That's like a suit. That's like a cape, almost.
Yeah. At least they have style. They're kind of like Fred and his ascot. Yeah.
No. Okay. Sure. No.
Yeah. 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 Like a little ascot flowing in the wind in the back, in the mystery, in the back of the mystery machine. You know.
Yeah.
Just got the ascot flowing.
Yeah. Sure. Uh huh. But anyway, that closes out that episode.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm giggly. Yeah. So. I mean, this one was cool. I don't have anything. I think the main thing was the Rose woman, Rose
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
What are we gonna call her? Let's call her RW.
Well, I think they call her B6.
B6.
B6 beta 6. B is in beta. I think that's what they use, or what Ichijo uses as her name.
Yeah, B6.
I want to say her name is like Beraba or something like that. I forget what her name is. But
Let's call her Rose woman. It's so much easier. It's so much
sure,
easier.
Rose Grongi. We can use that. I don't know.
Let's call her Rose. Easy. Boom. There it is. Just
Yeah.
cut everything out. Just Rose.
Sure.
Nice. Simple. We're gonna rename all of the Grungy. That's what we're
I
just
I don't think we're gonna do that, but sure.
Yeah,
You can do
yeah.
that in your head, Kenan.
Yeah.
So not too much
Yeah.
happens in this one. I think we're starting to see some new players pop up, and it feels like we're getting to the end of another arc because who have been acting pretty like jerks to the rest of the guys. Like, how are you getting beat? Now they're like slowly one by one getting taken out, but they're pushing Kuga, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So then we get episode 22, Game, Yugi. So the dude, we cut right back to the dude with the bike coming in, interrupting Kuga. Then number 3 escapes, and the guy with the motorcycle is just like, hey, see you later. And then just drives off. But he looks like a human. He speaks normal Japanese. Yusuke doesn't really know what to do, but he's been distracted long enough for number three to like leave, so he's like screwed up. Then we get cut to what's it? Inokida gets a call from her mom saying Sayuru was waiting for her to come home. So Inokida is the scientist woman for the police that has been coming up with all of their new weapons that have been helping out, helping them kind of figure out new chemicals or things that they find at crime scenes. We had a couple scenes with her before talking to Ichoji, and we had another one with her and her kid where it was like his birthday and she was about to go out with him, and then she suddenly leaves and goes to the laboratory in order to help the police get a new weapon to try to help people. So she's been in the story for a while. Jean gets really bothered overhearing her kind of break her promise to her kid. Well, I mean, it's not kind of, she does. She's doing the typical kind of, well, I have important work to do, and trying to balance that in the work life. The police get reports on the location of number three, so Yusuke heads off while Ichijo investigates another area and catches the Rose woman. Oh, no. It's just the other two Miis talking about something that's going on, and then I think that's when Grima, number 36, gets her new weapon. We'll go ahead and do it that way.
Yes, that, yeah. As soon as you said 36, I was like, yup.
So anyway, she has a new weapon. No, Rose is there because as soon as they're talking about that, Ichijo sees that and tries to like escape because the Rose comes in, and then as soon as he escapes, she's like, you Lint have changed, and then she like knocks him out with her rose petals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand, but hey, if it works, it works.
I mean, yeah. You would think they killed. Is it this one that they talk about how many people that they've killed? Like well over 1,000.
Yeah. I don't. No, I don't. I don't. I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't. I don't remember hearing them say anything about this. I know in the past they've gone over like three. I feel like they're in 3,000 territory. I
Yeah.
think that's what they were saying.
So they've been killing a lot of people. So, but
Oh,
Ichijo is just one that doesn't get it, I guess.
he's special.
Yeah.
He's the chosen one.
So anyway, when he comes to, Yusuke has probably drug him to his car, and he's like, "Hey, buddy, you're up." So after that's done, Yusuke goes to visit Sakurako for hints on using Gorm. Nana comes back home, and then there's kind of a little sad scene where she tells everybody that number 35 had killed her new acting teacher. So she's kind of depressed. And then the police arrive at the spot. The time has come for number 35's ultimatum. So he's about to start killing. The police show up, and then 35 tells them it's a new game. The game is how many people can he kill, track down and kill before they're done, because he's getting to his time limit, I think. So they're waiting on the new weapons from the scientists. And while that's happening, he's starting to attack people, and they can't see him. The grenades come, they launch them at him, and it knocks out his camouflage for about 5 minutes. So in that duration, he gets pissed off, he starts running away, and then Yusuke finds him and then starts fighting him while he can see him. Ichijo yells to Yusuke that his time is about to be up. As soon as that happens, the guy turns on his camouflage again, or his camouflage comes back. Yusuke turns green. grabs the gun, and then he jumps on Gorum, grabs onto him. Gorum lifts him up in the air. He uses his heightened senses to kind of track down number 35 as he's running away, and then just snipes him out. Yeah. So the only thing other than that I have is that the ending little tag that's like next episode or to be continued has like a little green flash that's pretty cool.
You
But,
mean like it's like changing colors on because of
yeah,
the
kind
suit?
of like whatever Yusuke's color change was. That's what the ending little screen is
Yeah.
doing. So it's like
Yeah.
to be continued, and then it'll like switch green.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool how they did it.
I do like those. I think it's creative. I think it's is immersion the right word to use? Mm. Easter egg, maybe. I like it.
Yeah.
hmm I had something though. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say I thought Gorum, like when it showed up, I thought it was gonna like attach to his back or something and like give him like wings or fly him up. And instead he just grabs it and it just floats. I was just like, oh, okay, maybe I was thinking too hard about it. My bad.
Yeah, he's when he's talking to Sakurako, he's like, "Yeah, does it show some place where I could like put my feet, or like, am I supposed to like do something with him in order to power up?" And it's like I think the translation was like they join hands and then it raises them above to a new level or something like that. So he's like,
Like that.
"Okay, well, I guess I just hold on to him and he just lifts me up in the air."
Yeah. I was
So
like, oh, that's pretty simple.
yeah,
Excuse me for overcomplicating things.
yeah. So
Yeah. But I was confused when I saw the grenades. I don't know if I missed anything, but I was like, why did just were they regular grenades or like special grenades?
no, so they did get some of the residue. The bullets didn't work when the police first find number 35. But when they picked up the bullets, they found a little bit of residue. And then the scientist, what is it? In Nokida?
I missed that part of the conversation. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, in Nokida, like, because one of
Okay.
the lab technicians come up to her and she's like, "Yeah, we did some studies, and like if we put a certain light on it, it'll turn that color. But if we like overwhelm it with a certain energy, then it loses its function for like a couple minutes." So then she comes up with these grenades that if they use the grenades, that'll knock out his camouflage ability for 5 minutes.
Okay, that makes it doesn't make sense, but it makes more sense.
Uh,
Yeah.
eh, it makes some
What
sense.
with this police department's R&D, I'm surprised they haven't come up with a weapon that kills him. Like what is going on? What is
I mean, technically, they've they've been doing a lot.
they've
So,
been doing really well.
and I think one of those bullets did almost kill one of them when they
Almost, yeah.
started. So
Like
their
the smoke
police
one.
department,
Like
man, the police department of this show is like the best department I've ever like. They get it done.
they do. I haven't seen a single donut too. That's crazy, bro. They not a single snack, not nothing. They just been working.
They
I'm
work.
just like, yo,
Yeah, they're working.
yeah. I feel like they're one step away from figuring it out. So
They could be. I mean, at the end, maybe it's not Kuuga that wins. It'll be the police department. We'll see.
yeah, it's the power of
But
teamwork.
yeah. So we can go ahead to the next episode. Anything else for this episode?
Mm, no, I think it's what's his name, George, not George.
Definitely not George. Oh,
Pickle Plums.
Jean.
John. Actually that's not a bad name. I I tried. But John, I feel like I don't know. It seemed like they were giving him some type of like weird like energy because like the girl was like, oh, his voice sounds so familiar. And then when she was talking about her son, they kind of like zoomed the camera in on him and just his face. I don't know. They were giving him a weird energy, in my opinion. But that's
It
me.
it feels like one of those things that his backstory is going to be like, yeah, when he was a kid, his parents lied to him or something like that, or they didn't keep a promise. Because he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you should keep promises with kids. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of the thing he was giving out. So he was all energetic until, well, I guess he likes the research, until he overheard that thing with her breaking the promise to her son. And then that's kind of
Hmm.
when he started getting down. And
Hmm.
Sakurako had to basically drag him out.
Yeah.
So I think it'll probably show up in his backstory. I would assume.
Okay. Also, I think he might be an undercover Grogi. So yeah, we'll just throw that out there. So episode 23. Put that little nugget away.
Yeah, we'll see. Episode 23, uneasiness or fuan, which is like, yeah, uneasiness. Sakurako is stunned by something she sees when she's translating, and then it cuts, and we have our opening. So that's all we get. It's just her staring at
Hmm.
the screen, and then she's like, something. I think Jean is like, is something wrong? And she doesn't answer. After
Hmm.
that, we see number 3 has been going to gather items in Nagano. So there's an item that I think whoever the guy is that's creating these things for the Grongi is using.
Hmm.
Number 3 is going up and like praying to something and then taking those items back down to that guy to work with. Yusuke has been asking a lot of questions about his bitty, or like shock. I guess little shocks that we've seen the last couple of fights.
Hmm. Like when he kicks somebody.
Yeah, like when he kicks somebody or he shoots somebody. Sometimes we see it like around his ankles, or I think we saw it arcing to the gun when he shot. Maybe I don't remember if we saw it go into the gun,
Mm.
but we've seen him kind of arc some energy a couple times before in the last couple fights.
Hmm.
Apparently, he's been talking to a couple of people about it. So he goes through like to the dock, and all of these people are also getting visits from Sakurako. So she goes to visit the doc and asks him what he thinks. I think she goes to talk to Ichijo as well. Yeah. And I thought she talked to somebody else, but maybe those are the only two. So, but anyway, as she's talking to the doc about this, because she's translated something and she doesn't have an exact answer for it, but it just makes her uneasy about it, she leaves. And as she's getting on the train, we see number 36 getting on the train with her. And 36 has this pendant that's like throwing off incense, I guess. So she goes on the train. We see a bunch of people get on the train. Number 36 gets on the train. And I'm like, uh oh, I think she's stalking her. And then we just cut away. Nothing happens.
Hmm.
So after that, we see the mysterious writer who's starting to look more and more like a Grongi. He says the new round of their game is going to start soon. Uh, Garima starts her round, and we sees her talk. That's number 36. We see her take out a couple that was on the same train as Sakurako earlier. Did you catch that?
Hmm.
My man, good job.
Hmm.
Because I thought it was weird, except that I think they lingered on the little yellow suitcase that the girl was holding. And then you're like, oh,
Hmm.
okay, I think those were the two from the thing. And she's like, don't turn around. And of course, they turn around and then they immediately die. So it looks like she's marked people on the train and she's about to take them out. That's her version of the game.
Hmm.
Let's see. Calls for number 36 start coming into the police.
Hmm.
Sakurako was talking to Ichijo when they came in. So as number 36 is going around and killing people, she's being watched by the other ones that are talking like she might be suitable to get an upgrade to the highest level of Grongi.
Mm-hmm.
But then Yusuke comes across her and starts fighting. He ends up breaking her weapon into half because it's like a double scythe, long weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And then he breaks it
Yeah.
in half, takes half of it, turns it into his sword, and starts fighting her.
Yeah.
I think some energy starts arcing to his sword, and he starts losing control a little bit. And I think that's where we end the episode. They start fighting, and then they're kind of in the middle of the fight, and it's to be continued.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is also the episode where they start talking about that there were over 1,000 deaths due to the Grongi. It's either this episode, next episode, or the previous episode. One of the episodes this week they do that. So it's like over 1,000 people have died, and the police are starting to figure out like, hey, there's this game going on, and there's rules to it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. I think because of Ichijo's eavesdropping. Eavesdropping?
yeah,
Eavesdropping. Yeah. I think I said it right.
eavesdropping. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a list. It's yeah.
Do you have? You say you have a lisp?
Yeah. List. 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 Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I do. I do. I do. But yeah. This one. Yeah, it's interesting that. Well, I guess they tell it in the next episode, but yeah, the same people from the train ride. I don't think I picked it up until the next episode. Yeah, I didn't really notice it because then oh. I was like, these people are unrelated. Like when she, oh well, next episode.
We can go ahead to next episode then.
I was about to say, I'm about to like.
That's one of the
Go
things
me.
with Kuuga. They're all kind of intertwined, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's basically like a very, 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 very long movie. But
Yeah.
the next episode, number 24, is Kyoka, or Strengthening. Gorum arrives during the fight to assist with his little tinny robotic voice. He melds into the bike, and then Yusuke kind of rams, what's her name? Garima, or number 36, with the bike. And you kind of see the little image pop on her chest, and then it kind of, she shakes it off and then leaves.
Yeah. Like a boss.
Yeah. But after that, Gorum goes back into its relic form, so it collapses into a pile of rocks. And then Yusuke can't go after her.
Yeah. Do they clean up those rocks every time, or like does it just teleport somewhere? Because that seems pretty hindrance, like a hindrance.
Yeah, well, I mean, just leave him there, and I guess they'll come back whenever Yusuke calls for him. But anyway, Yusuke visits Sakurako for translation information, and then they kind of have a discussion where she kind of imparts that she, well, I don't know if she ever out and says it, but I think Yusuke has been told by other people that Sakurako is like worried about something. So he goes to her to see what the translation says, and he's like, "It'll be fine. Don't worry about it." So after he gets that information, I think he goes to the police area, like their science division, in order to try to practice some things. Which is like he's been doing that a couple of times. He goes there to practice things. So that's kind of cool to see. Number 36 is hurt. We cut back to number 36 being hurt in an alleyway, like so many before her. And two more of the new faces we've been seeing show up, and they're like, "You're running out of time, lady." And she's like,
Yeah.
"Well, yeah, I'm about to do it all now, so don't worry about it." So kind of the same
Well,
vibe she was giving out to all of the rest of them. That's the vibes
Yeah.
that she was giving from them. They were like, "Well, if you want to be at the highest grade of Grongi, you need to like hurry up."
Yeah.
So she goes back out to hunt. She starts taking out people even quicker. The police figure out the connection between the passengers, like that everyone was taking the same line, and then they figure out the specific car, and then they send out a broadcast to everyone to try to warn them. It's probably not going to help, but the doc overhears this. He figures out that Sakurako was coming from his building, and that's close to that line, and calls her to try to warn her. But when she gets the phone call, that's when number 36 is coming straight for her. She runs off, but Yusuke shows up at the last second and saves her. And then he goes straight to purple and then starts fighting number 36. Then he kind of gets his little tingly or bitty bitty thing going on. And then he kind of changes. Did you notice the change?
Mm-hmm.
He turns kind of gold. He gets a gold trim, so it's purple with a gold trim. So then he,
Yeah.
yeah. So then after that, he basically stabs her and she explodes. Over and done.
Yeah. Overdone with the quickness.
Yep. So that's the end of episode number 24. And that's the arc for this week.
Yeah. So I thought it was funny that this dude literally every time somebody has a worry, they're like, "Oh, I'm worried that X, Y, and Z is going to happen." He's like, "Oh no, it's fine." And then literally 5 minutes later, X, Y, Z happens, and he's like, "I almost died." And then he's like, "I'm fine." Like I'm just like, dude, like come on, bro. Like yeah, it's crazy. It's like what's that Simpsons meme? It's like I'm in danger. That's him.
Isn't
That's
that what's his name? Not
him.
yeah. It's Wigglesby. Isn't that it's the cop's kid, right?
Yeah, the cop.
What's his name? I forgot his name.
Wigglesby.
Yeah, I think it's like Wigglesby or something like that.
Hey, even if it's wrong, it's right. Wigglesby.
Yeah, I think it's Wigglesby or something like that.
Wigglesby.
Wiggum.
Wiggumsby.
No, it's
Oh,
Wiggum.
Wiggum.
Wiggum. Ralph. Wiggum.
Ralph.
Wiggum. Yeah, Ralph. It's Chief
Yep.
Wiggum. So it's Ralph
Yeah.
Wiggum. Yeah.
I feel like our boy Yusuke is channeling a little bit of that.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's quite that bad. I think he's been slowly getting upgrades. I think all of the episodes so far, it's been mostly him getting powerful, more powerful, and more powerful, and more powerful.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Grongi have been getting more powerful, but as they've been doing it too, he's been getting little power ups to try to help out, which has been great for him, in the nick of time.
Lucky's a key word.
Yeah, but I think it's nice to see everything's connected. The story's doing going at a pretty good pace, I think. They have a lot of stuff going on in the background, stuff that answers or questions they haven't answered yet, and they keep reminding you of them every once in a while. But they're at least going through and giving you something every episode to try to keep it going. I think they're doing a pretty good job. It's entertaining.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're slowly giving out answers, but I need to know. I need to know what these games mean. I need to know. And who are these? What's the highest level? Goes?
I think it's the Go. Yeah.
The Goes?
Yeah.
I need to know. I need to know who they are.
Well, she was the last one of the Me, I think. So, or me.
Yes.
I think it's Me.
Oh,
But she was the last one. So now I think it's probably that next rank's turn. And I think that's probably they've been showing we've probably seen 4 or 5 of them by now.
maybe. Yeah. There's the ones in the shadows just kind of popping up.
Dude in the white, dude with the scarf. Scarf Dude was
Yeah.
the guy with the coin. I don't know. I think. Well, maybe we've only seen like 2 or 3.
Yeah, we got to see what they're made of, though.
Well, I'm
I
sure
haven't
it'll be
go
a
toe
lot
to
more.
toe. I'm sure there's a whole nother tier above them.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, Rose, I'm sure she's a tier above them. There's no way she's a go. She has to be a go plus or something. I don't know.
Maybe that's what happened when she turned into her white dress form.
Ooh, she leveled up.
Yeah.
Mm, I
So
like
we'll
it.
see.
She's no
Everybody else
longer.
has been dealt with though. So number 3 is the only one. Number
Hey
3 is
man,
about.
I don't know. My man's been on a mission. He been doing it right, I think. Oh no.
He's
If
been
anything,
getting
he
them.
should be a go.
He's been getting them the power ups. So
Yeah. At this point, he should be a go because he's the only one that's made it this far. You know,
yeah,
everybody else is gone with the wind.
yeah.
But yeah, but I think our Rose lady, she leveled up. She's no longer Rose. She's Rose. Yeah, yeah. I'm here all night. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna have names for everybody moving forward. Yep. This is happening. I'm buckling.
So I think that's the perfect place to end it for the week. As always, enjoyed having you here. We'll catch you at the same time next week. Uh, we have to have a little. We have to have a little conversation. We can take it offline. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fun. Uh, yeah, but I think that's the end of this week, right? Anything else?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. For these episodes at least, yeah.
Yeah. So, looking forward to seeing the rest of them. Hopefully, you can join us next episode. As always, we may not have much money. We may not have much time. We may sometimes be on the other side of the world having a trip in Japan. But there's one thing we do have.
That's Rose.
Bye.